Talk of falling fertility and shrinking population, and nobody beats Kerala in India. Kerala's fertility is already below replacement level. And now comes another metric, which can shrink Kerala's population further. A good number of Kerala's future daughters and sons are on ice, meaning an increasing number of women in Kerala are freezing their eggs to have babies at some opportune time in the future. But first, Kerala as is varies. Kerala has one of the lowest fertility rates in the whole world, meaning the number of children a woman will have during her lifetime. Look at the stats. World average 2.3, India 2, Kerala 1.8, and the US and UK 1.6 each. India itself has a fertility level lower than population replacement of 2.1. And Kerala is inching towards the level of those of developed countries. There are two other bits of statistics that point to Kerala's population shrinkage. Those in the 0 to 14 age group have fallen from 43% of the population in 1961 to only 23% in 2011. In other words, in a mere 50 years, the composition of children in Kerala's population has fallen from 43% to 23%. Second, while 1,087 babies were born every day in Kerala in 2012, that number has crashed to 767 in 2021, or 320 fewer babies per day in only 9 years. You'll wonder, what about gynecs, toy shops, kids wear makers, schools and colleges, playgrounds? And now comes a new metric that can shrink Kerala's baby count further. An increasing trend among women to freeze their eggs to have babies at some convenient point in future. It is early days for specific statistics, but the contours of Kerala's egg freezing demand are visible. The number of fertility centers in Kerala have gone up from 7 in 2002 to 73 in 2023, a more than tenfold rise in just 2 decades. 55 of these centers have facilities to freeze eggs, a clear pointer to the increasing demand among Kerala women to freeze their eggs. Why are so many Kerala women flocking to IVF centers to freeze their eggs? Primarily, the reason seems to be an increasing awareness, changing social trends, and the availability of facilities for it. I asked Dr. Fessy Lewis T., Professor and Head of the Department of Reproductive Medicine at the Amrita Institute of Sciences, Kochi. Proportionately, Kerala has many more IVF centers than the rest of India. Why is that?
I think one thing is that people are more aware about this infertility treatment and the facilities, and the health standard is very high.
The point to note is that earlier egg freezing was done mostly for medical reasons, like harvesting and freezing an egg before undergoing chemotherapy, for example. But today, an increasing number of women are doing egg freezing for social reasons. Men in Kerala are already finding it difficult to find life mates. If single women decide to freeze eggs and postpone marriage, that will be another blow for men. And if married women freeze their eggs and postpone having babies, that will play more havoc with Kerala's demographics and the economy itself. If so many women are freezing their eggs and then delaying their decision about having kids, what will happen to men? How will men become fathers?
It is not like that. Ultimately, the men's sperm has to be needed to make the egg fertilize and make it embryo and baby.
The reasons for women opting for egg freezing are many, like going offshore on work for a few years, awaiting transfer to a desired location, other professional reasons like a likely promotion, stage or theatre personalities wanting to have the babies at just their right opportune time, career planning versus kids planning, and indecision about marriage. While women contemplate these issues, they know that the biological clock is ticking, and so they opt to preserve their eggs when their ovarian status is healthy. Dr. Sneha Ann Abraham of Kim's Health says, the option of egg freezing is mainly chosen by those who are career driven and want to excel and settle down in their professions before focusing on childbearing. Fertility practitioners believe there is a 5-fold increase in social egg freezing over the past few years alone. Part of the reason is financial. It cost 120,000 rupees in 2002 for the initial process for egg freezing, and the cost remains nearly the same today, thanks to tech developments like vitrification or quick freezing. The trend towards social egg freezing makes it a triple whammy for Kerala's demographics. 1. Kerala's fertility is already at a low 1.8. 2. Kerala's youth are leaving by the thousands to study or work abroad. And now, Kerala's women are opting, now in a small way but an increasing trend, to freeze their eggs, delaying their childbirth. If childbirths are coming down, what will happen to all the obstetricians and gynecologists?
Compared to about 10-20 years back, no, the number of deliveries in per hospitals is less, but the care what the doctors is giving, care what the patients expecting for normal deliveries is high. So each delivery, the more attention will be there.
So it is quality over quantity?
Yes.
But many of Kerala's future kids are on ice until their mothers make up their minds and take their eggs out of the freezer and fertilize them. Because we are on the topic of fewer births, let me wind up with the distressing statistic of Kerala losing roughly 4,000 lives each year in road accidents. Last week, when a 16-year-old school student VR Sarang, who had scored an A+ in all subjects in his school final examination, went brain dead following a road accident, his parents decided to donate his organs, his kidneys, corneas, liver and heart valve, benefiting half a dozen people. Sarang was an upcoming footballer and a fan of Kerala Blasters team, which tweeted, "Our deepest condolences with the family and friends affected by Sarang's untimely death." Keeping in mind his love for soccer, Sarang's farewell was in soccer attire, complete with a jersey and a ball. Rest in peace, Sarang. You were an A+ in academics. With the organ donation, you will ever remain an A++ for everyone around you.